Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're in Nashville at Summer NAMM 2018 at the Wilson Effects booth talking to Kevin, who masterminds all this stuff you see here. And Kevin, we're talking about the Slapback, right?
Yes, sir. Slapback Delay. It's a dual PT 2399 bass delay.
Which, I mean, is that Bucket Brigade stuff? Or?
Nah, it's a digital chip, but it's probably the best chip out there for emulating analog delay.
Okay.
So what we have is basically you have two identical delays in one box, which you can separate via switching jacks on the back of the pedal, so you can split them up into two separate pedals. So if you'd like to run one into the front end, one through your effects loop. And then there's something unique about this is it has a latching oscillation switch. So whatever way the toggle's pointing, the middle foot switch has a LED indication so you know if it's on, and it'll latch and go into runaway oscillation. And then you can either turn the effect off, kick it back on, do some wacky runaway repeat stuff, or you can just kick the oscillation off and kind of, play with it as you like. But you can cascade the delays into each other. That's how the pedal comes, but you can also split them up via those routing jacks.
Okay, I think I caught all of that. It's kind of loud already this morning, and the show's not even officially started. But so it's two chips that you can either run together as one or separately as two different ones with different settings. What did we hear at the beginning?
Basically, that was both pedals on. They're not set up for a real drastic delay time. One of them's got the lower repeats, and then the other one had a higher repeat setting, which you cascaded into each other. You can get a real nice kind of chorusy effect with some little bit of slapback pings in the background.
Okay. You want to twiddle some knobs and switches and show us a couple other sounds?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
So you want to tell us what you're going to be doing here?
So right now the oscillation's on the left side of the pedal, so I can let that run away like this, and then I can just turn off that side of the effect and still play through the other side of the delay. Then I can always come back and do that.
So even though you flipped the left foot switch to make it so you weren't hearing it anymore, it's still running in the background to come back to.
Yes, as long as this LED's on, that effect is engaged. So if I turn this back on and kick that off, it turns the runaway off.
Instant feedback, instant craziness. That's cool.
Yeah, so I really like to cascade them into each other, because when you have two delays running into each other, it can kind of offset each other and you get like a chorus effect with it. So that's kind of my favorite way to do it. But I'm also a fan of running delay in my effects loop on my amp, because it just seems to preserve the delay a little bit better than the front end, for me anyway.
Is there another setting you want to show us that kind of demonstrates that maybe an extreme of what you can do with the two delays going into each other?
Yeah, I'll crank the delay time up on them and the levels a little bit, and we'll kind of run them into each other and see what it sounds like.
Cool.
So that's both delays, and then this is just one delay. So when you kick the other one in, you get a little bit more of that spacey reverb kind of sound.
Yeah, I was going to say you can kind of create soundscapes with that in the way you would with a spacey reverb.
Yeah, you can kind of have delay. It gives you kind of a reverb effect without actually having a reverb. So
sweet. Okay, anything else you want to show us on that, or should we go to the next pedal?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, so we're going to swap out mics to a different amp and show them the wah that you made, right?
Yeah, it's the Rippah wah. I kind of redid the Rippah wah I used to make a long time ago, and I put some controls on the inside, so it's basically kind of like my 12-position Rippah booster wah, but it comes with all the controls on the inside, so we'll show you what that's all about here.
Cool. All right, Kevin, so this is the wah you were talking about a second ago. Why don't you just start from the ground up telling us about it?
So yeah, this is the Rippah wah. So it's basically the core circuit of the Rippah booster wah. So what we have here is we have a vintage Maestro Boomerang style circuit, and there's a boost incorporated with it. It's fuzz friendly, so instead of having all the knobs on the outside, which a lot of players don't like because they can tend to kick live, this has trim pots inside to adjust the boost level, the sweep, and the growl of the pedal. Plus there's this little 6-position dip switch here that you can adjust the cue position, so you can do anything from like subtle tweaks to real drastic changes in the depth of the sweep, and like how dark it gets or how bright it gets.
So the Maestro Boomerang, huh? When did that come out?
That was like 1970s, early 70s Maestro Boomerang. They put out the BG2, which wasn't really a real popular wah at the time, but it was the shaft wah and kind of gained some momentum. Wah Watson used to use them a lot.
That's an unusual one to bring back. What prompted that?
The characteristics of it. It's got a really different low end on it than your classic box circuit. So for me, I think it cuts through the mix better for heavy gain type stuff. You get a lot more clarity cutting through the mix with it. So it sounds really nice with high gain stuff.
That's cool. And you said that all the switching stuff is mainly for the EQ and the Q response and all that. There's no fuzz built in, right?
Right, there's no
You said it's fuzz friendly.
Yes, there's no fuzz built in, but it does have a fuzz buffer, so it plays well with other fuzz pedals.
With the fuzz before or after, I guess, is that it's meant to do either one with the controls inside?
Yeah, so typically if you have a fuzz after your wah, if you don't have that buffer in there, your wah will get kind of lost and you can't really hear it. And with the buffer in there, it kind of cuts through the mix and you can still retain that clarity and you don't have to put your fuzz before the wah unless you like it that way.
Cool. Should we hear it?
Sure.
All right. Nice. I can hear the shafts reference you were saying. Now, do you have a fuzz that you want to kind of demo with it in tandem with it, or?
Yeah, I can kick on the Dirty Beaver here, which is
Always a good thing. Nice. Now, before we go, I have to ask a couple of questions. First, I mean, it's totally off subject, but what's up with this foot switch on your guitar?
So yeah, when I got this Strat, I went through a whole shielding, trying to make it quieter type process, and so while I was shielding it, I wanted to be able to engage my bridge pickup with my neck pickup or all three pickups. So I didn't have the proper switch to swap out, so I had a foot switch, so I just drilled a hole in the faceplate and put a foot switch in so I can...
I've seen fuzz, like maybe a fuzz circuit or other pedal circuit controls. I've never seen a pedal foot switch on a guitar before, so that's cool. Why don't you tell people where they should go online to find out about the Slapback and the wah and everything else you guys do?
You can go to the website, wilsoneffects.com. There's a list of dealers there, 30th Street Guitars in New York City. If you're in New York, please visit them. They have the Slapback in stock as well as they can get the full range.
And we're reviewing it soon too, I believe, right? I think it's on its way to us, or maybe it's already there.
Yes, I believe John's going to be doing a demo here possibly this upcoming week of the Slapback, so yeah.
Sweet. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Kevin, for having us first thing in the morning. Already crazy. Hit the rest of our videos, guys, and then hit premierguitar.com.